In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to memorize every major and minor piano chord forever. Chords are one of the most common musical patterns that you're going to come across in any piece, in any genre of music. And there are 24 of these chords, which sounds like a lot, but don't worry, you're not going to have to memorize every single one of them individually. I'm going to show you exactly how to memorize these chords in 2 simple steps. And then at the end of the tutorial, I'm going to show you my favorite ways to practice these chords and to really take these 2 steps and get them into the deeper layers of your memory so that you truly remember these major and minor chords forever. Welcome to Ashley Young Music Studio, where you are going to learn how to practice smarter, not harder. Let's dive in. Step 1 is to memorize all the major chords because the minor chords will come from the major chords. We're going to try to make this as simple as possible by splitting the chords into 4 groups, each with 3 chords inside of it. So the first group is all white keys. And we have the C chord, the F chord, and the G chord. And these 3 chords are grouped together because they are all white keys. Now you want to commit that to memory, right? That's why these are grouped together. They are all white keys. The second group follows a pattern of a white key, a black key in the middle, and another white key. And the 3 chords that belong to this group are the D major chord, the E major chord, and the A major chord. Notice that the D major chord is D, F sharp, A, so white keys on the outside with a black key in the middle. Same with the E major chord, white keys on the outside with a black key in the middle, and same with A, white keys on the outside, black key in the middle. Group 3 follows the pattern of black key, white key in the middle, black key on the outside. So group 3 is the opposite of group 2 because now we have black keys on the outside with a white key in the middle. And the chords in this group are D flat major, E flat major, and A flat major. Notice that D flat major, black keys on the outside, white key in the middle. Same with E flat major, black keys on the outside, white key in the middle, and same with A flat major. Now notice that all of the chords in group 3 that follow the black key, white key, black key pattern are the exact same as group 2, but opposite. So in group 2, we had D, E, A, and in group 3, we have D flat, E flat, A flat. So it's actually the same chords, it's just in group 3, it's the flat version of those chords. And they have the opposite pattern of black and white keys. That's a little trick to help you out. Now the 4th and final group is random shapes. These are the odd chords out. They don't fit with any of the other groups, and so they're a little bit random. And in this group, we have the G flat major, also called F sharp major chord, the B flat major chord, and the B major. This is also a C flat major chord. So let me show you each of those chords and what they are. So the G flat major chord or F sharp major chord actually has the same notes. They're just called different things depending on which chord you're playing. So if this is a G flat major chord, it's G flat, B flat, D flat. Take note that it's all black keys. Okay, if it's F sharp, it's F sharp, A sharp, C sharp, same, all black keys. Now, the B flat major chord is 1 black key and then 2 white keys. So B flat major is B flat, D, F. And then B is the opposite. So we had black key, white key, white key. For B major, it's going to be white key, black key, black key. So B major is B, D sharp, F sharp. Or if you're calling this C flat major, it's C flat, E flat, G flat. If you are getting value out of this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, comment below, let me know what you like about it, subscribe to the channel, and copy the link and share it with a friend or with a group of adult piano players that you know would benefit from learning how to memorize the major and minor chords this way as well. Now, in order to make these chords minor, all we are going to do is to take the middle note of each major chord and lower it a half step. Okay, so in group 1, we had C major, F major, G major. And what we're going to do in the C major chord is take the E and lower it a half step. Now it's C minor. We can take the F major chord, lower this middle note a half step. Now it's F minor. Take the G major chord, take the middle note, lower it a half step. Now it's G minor. One thing to note is that sometimes when you're making a chord minor, the middle note will be going down to a black key, but that's not always the case. Take, for example, in group 2, we had an E major chord following the pattern of white keys on the outside and a black key in the middle. Here, when we lower this middle note a half step, it's actually coming down to a white key. So E major and then E minor. Now, a half step is always the distance from one key to the next key with no keys in between. And it gets a little confusing when you look at a chord like D flat major from group 3. So in group 3, we had D flat major, which is D flat, F, A flat. And this middle note F, if we want to go down a half step, actually just slides down to what we would normally call E, but in the context of this chord, this is an F flat, okay? Because we're taking that F, we're lowering it a half step to F flat. So a D flat major chord becomes minor, and the notes are D flat, F flat, A flat. That's the minor chord. Okay, and let's do one more from group 4. So B major was from group 4. We had a white key, a black key, a black key. To make a B major chord minor, we take that middle note, we go down a half step, and that's how we make it minor. And this is true of every single major chord. You can make every major chord minor by taking the middle note and going down one half step. If you want even more tips on how to accelerate your piano progress, I'm teaching a free 4-day class coming up in January called Piano Practice Lab. And during these classes, you learn how to build the perfect piano routine for you. And you learn all about the revolutionary practice methods that help you accelerate your trajectory to confident musical expression. Spots are filling up really fast, so make sure that you reserve your free seat. You not only get a seat in Piano Practice Lab, you get all of these other free resources that go along with the event, and you can do that right here on the end screen. Best way to practice these chords, not only so that you memorize them, but also so that you can actually play them, is to practice them in groups and jump around. You can even arpeggiate them. So I'm going to demonstrate this with one group. Let's go ahead and go with the C major group. So group 1 that has C major, F major, G major. I might just start with one hand, playing C, F, G. I might go to different octaves and play C, F, and G, saying them out loud, really committing that C, F, and G are all white keys. I can go forwards, I can go backwards, G, F, C, C, F, G, G, F, C. Notice that I'm jumping around, I'm saying them out loud, I'm doing everything I can to commit them to my memory. Now, when I'm doing this, I want to focus on how it feels to play chords that are all white keys. I also want to notice how it looks to see these chords that are all white keys. I want to focus on how it sounds in my ear to go between the C, F, G, do it backwards, do it out of order. And then I also want to say the names out loud so that I'm really committing to memory. C, F, and G belong together because they are all white key major chords. Now, I can do it with both hands. And of course, you can go much slower than this. I can arpeggiate the chords, meaning I can play the notes separately. So C major chord, F major chord, G major chord, C major chord. Again, remembering all of these are white keys. Now, I might change the articulation, make them staccato. I might add some pedal and some crescendos and decrescendos. Really, honestly, there's no way to practice this wrong as long as you are playing the correct notes and saying the names of the chords out loud and reinforcing that they belong together because of the pattern and reinforcing what that pattern is. You can't really do this wrong. You're just going to spend some time. Now, I would say spend a whole practice session or maybe even several practice sessions just with one group of chords to really get them into your memory, and then move on to another group. And then practice making them minor. And then go back and forth, and within a few weeks, you're gonna have all of these chords memorized. So you can take this exercise and go forth and memorize your major and minor chords. It's going to help you out a lot. And don't forget to snag a copy of that free sight reading workshop here on the end screen, and also that other tutorial where I talk about the 3 most common chord mistakes that all piano players make. You can grab them both right here. Happy practicing.